Encouraging words. Now, comrades, let me take this opportunity to say to you, thank you very much. We're really a very good audience. I know it was not easy for the past 3 days. We had to work hard until late, but we made it up to so far. Thank you very much. We are now going to give the General Secretary to do the declaration. Amanda.
Mandla. Thank you very much, President. I think the President of WSFTU is closing this conference on a high note. But just want to say, we could not capture or encompass everything in the declaration. But we're just going to highlight some few key areas, not that when we left some out, we're not actually discussed, we're not part of the discussion and the decision of this community policing in Indaba. So I just want to say that so that when I finish, community will just move, because we've got recordings here, we've got recorders here, we've got those who are taking minutes, everything that was discussed, and every decision that is taken here will be captured correctly. We are guaranteed in terms of that. So for you is to just adopt this declaration. I'm putting it up front that COVID should do that. Amanda! So this is our declaration, comrade, with the delegates of the Police and Prisons Civil Rights Union. Here after POPCRU, Policing in Indaba convened at the Bedford Hotel and Conference Center in Boksburg, Gauteng from the 23rd until the 25th of August 2023 under the theme Building Ideal Policing and Corrections in the 21st Century. This August occasion brought together the leadership of POPCRU, representing approximately 150,000 members organized within South African Police Services and the Department of Correctional Services, Traffic Department and other agencies of the Department of Transport. We convened over the 3 years to robustly deliberate on a range of topical issues aimed at remodeling the criminal justice system in line with the provision of the democratic South Africa. This event created a significant platform of vigorous discussion and subsequently mapped the way forward on building ideal policing and corrections. We attribute the success of this Indaba to all participants who meaningfully contributed on a range of topics which shaped the outcome of this event, including various components of the criminal justice system. South African Police Service, the Department of Correctional Services, and border management agents and key stakeholders who had a meaningful contribution to this Indaba were from the private security industry, Gun-Free South Africa, Proudly South Africa, experts from academic fraternity, the former Statistician General of South Africa, Dr. Bali Hutla, and our very own Safer South Africa Foundation. This August event was also graced by the message of support from President of COSATU, Zinzwalusi, General Secretary of the party, SACP, Solima Paila, and also the President of WFTU, Comrade Mike Magwaiba, were also honored by the presence of our international allies, the Lesotho Police Staff Association, POSA, Royal Eswatini Police Association, POSA, Zambian Union of Government and Allied Workers Union of Zambia, UG, Botswana Public Employees Union, BEU, Botswana Land Board and Local Authorities Health Workers Union, BILAU, Labor Resource and Research Institute, LARI, from Namibia, ICOSA, World Federation of Trade Union and the Trade Union International, which is TUI, Public Service and Allied Union. In this Indaba noted the high crime rates was a serious threat to our democracy and socio-economic development of our country. We further noted that the current method of collecting and publishing crime statistics does not provide a true reflection of the crime trends faced by our communities. This Indaba also observed with a grave concern continuous attacks and killings of law enforcement officers. We also expressed that the lack of adequate personnel and resources among the components of criminal justice system, including lack of integrated system, impedes the objective of effectively preventing crime in the country. Our porous borders also have a direct impact on the increased crime, thereby making South Africa a hub for a range of cross-border related crimes. Overcrowded correctional facilities have adverse impact on proper rehabilitation of inmates, whilst also creating unconducive working conditions for correctional officers. We have also noted a dire need to a major shift to technological advancement among all the components of the criminal justice system to improve service delivery to the majority of South Africans. We acknowledge that the worsening crisis of capitalism, demonstrated by high rate of unemployment, poverty, and inequalities, has a diverse effect on the fight against crime. We noted that the current neoliberal policy on austerity budget cuts hinders effective functioning of the criminal justice system, thereby contravening the objective of ensuring that South Africa is a safer place for all the inhabitants, including women and children. We remain resolute in our commitment to build ideal policing and corrections by advancing fundamental discussion which will provide a better understanding on the causal factors which impedes effective operation of the criminal justice system and further map a way forward on attaining the ideal policing as envisaged by a range of policy propositions recommended by this policy leader. We know that this Indaba is taking place at a time whereby gender-based violence and femicide are declared as pandemic in South Africa. Substance abuse is also ravaging on youth, destroying their lives and rendering their future redundant. We have also noted that with a great concern that South Africa has a serious challenge of illegal ownership of firearms with direct effect on increased murder rate and other categories of crime. We further applaud the role of the Safer South Africa Foundation plays in mobilizing under-resourced communities and schools to build partnership and awareness in the fight against crime. The Indaba thus served as a crucial milestone in developing practical and impactful solution towards the realization of ideal criminal justice system. We are of a firm view that the recommendation and outcome of this Indaba will further translate into a concrete policy and implementable initiative for ideal policing and correction. We therefore align this declaration to the vigorous deliberation ensued in various commissions and finalize at plenary. We remain steadfast that this deliberation and proposed intervention are our greatest strengths as we move towards building ideal correction and policy in South Africa. We therefore resolve and declare that all components of the criminal justice system should be synergized and establish integrated data system to ensure efficiency in fight against crime. The cluster must be technologically advanced in line with the 4IR development for effective implementation of smart policy, inmate tracking system, digitized docket system, surveillance road biometric system. There must be collective efforts between the state and non-state actors in the prevention and combating of crime in the country. The interdepartmental efforts should be strengthened to appropriately address the legislative or policy framework and development. We call for the legislative amendment to declare the killing and attacks on law enforcement officers as treason. We call for complete restructuring and transformation of the criminal justice system for an effective implementation of this ideal criminal justice system. There is a need for a joint strategic planning and effective monitoring system of government on crime, fighting and prevention mechanisms, and coordinated criminal justice system. There should be an integrated and credible method of prioritize the integration of all relevant departments, ensure improved management of border control, subsequently curbing of cross-border crime. The long-standing challenge of overcrowded correctional facilities should be addressed through alternative sentencing for minor offences. The TCS must urgently review its parole system rehabilitation, refurbished and modernized according to the respective objectives of each company. Services provided